Alrighty. It's been a while. Hey, what's up, Rock Candy? How you doing? Good to have you here. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go. This will be interesting. I've been toying around with this donation incentive for a while, for long enough that I feel like I just gotta power through and do a stream practicing it to see if it makes sense for the actual event. See if it's interesting enough. And if it is, to work out the kinks with when I need to be aware of maybe the chickens that stop clucking or whatever. So yeah, we're doing a no reset run. We're just going straight for it. It'd be good to get one of these runs done start to finish. Dealing with all the bad stuff, making safety saves, doing the run as if it in the exact same format as the marathon run here in 5 weeks. 4 weeks? It's pretty close. Yo, what's up, Thorgy? Good to see you. I intentionally left off the percent sign. Because how many chickens would you need to constitute a 1%? That's a question, a philosophical question I don't want to address. How many chickens constitutes a single percent of a chicken? Will this affect the inventory routing at all? Absolutely it will. And I can't just dump them all on one person. The plan is I'm going to pick up fresh eggs for free in Happy Village. Throw them all in Escargot Express. Probably 6 or 9, because you can dump 3 at a time. And then whenever the chicken incentive turns back on, I will find a phone and request another chicken. Have it hatch in a couple minutes. That's kind of the plan I have right now. I don't know if it'll work well. I don't know if it'll go poorly, but that's kind of what I'm envisioning right now. So that way it won't affect my money routing at all, because I can just pick up a ton for free. So yeah, once I get a Happy Village, I'll just pick up 3 fresh eggs, call Escargot Express, hand them all off, and then repeat. And then whenever it gets turned on, just the next time I have a chance to get to a phone, call, get 3 more, or get another one and keep in my inventory. I'm also very curious about the mechanics. I asked about if chickens had like when they stopped clucking, and it seemed like they only stopped clucking on death. It was kind of the consensus. But doing this, I'll know for sure. I'm so curious about how this all works. But yeah, no resets tonight. We are doing this run exactly like a full marathon run. Bad hill climb, death to the ant, doesn't matter. We're powering through. So my guess is, in total, this will add, I don't know, my thought is probably like 7 to 8 total minutes throughout the run. But it may be less than that, we'll see. Watch the first run have a green or gold at Happy. So be it if it happens. Probably have like a 25-minute Captain Strong. I'm gonna be torn. If I have like a 25-minute Captain Strong, I'm gonna be like, oh crud. Should I should I be doing this differently? Should I just do a normal run? It'll be hard to give that up. I am looking forward to doing the true Starman grind to learn Shield before Starman Jr. I suspect it'll take multiple streams, but at the same time, I'm still looking forward to it. However mindless it turns out to be. But yeah, I created a new set of splits because I didn't want to compare against regular glitchless because there's no point. At least no point up after like the 30 or 40 minute mark. I even made a nice little system with like the Twitch rewards that you can spend channel points on. Made fun little animations and everything. I went all out for this. I hope you guys understand this. I even created a chicken and a no chicken emote for the channel. There's the first one already. What's up, Buzz Buzz? Isn't that fun? Oh, it's already coming in clutch. Did the sounds come through on the stream? I didn't actually test that. Oh, whoops. Yo, rat bombs! Thanks for the bits, buddy. Appreciate that. Oh, I appreciate that, Rat. It's kind of you to say. What's up, Ari? So with the whole someone hold the chicken and someone call or did free the chicken. The idea is that if as soon as someone redeems the hold the chicken thing, I will then go out of my way to find a phone, call Escargot Express, and have an egg delivered to me, so that we start having a chicken cluck. And then as soon as someone redeems free the chicken, I let the chicken go, whether using it in a battle or letting it go, whatever. Throwing it at Gygus. And my thought for Limit Break is that it's like an ongoing incentive, like on and off, wherever the money decides to land. I don't know. It's still something I'm toying with. I don't even know if it's good. I'll probably do this run and be like, ah, this was terrible. This would be bad content. But who knows? I don't know if people would actually get into it. Hey, what's up, Cadillo? How you doing? That was a really good set of punks, by the way. I'm really worried that my own net's gonna go really well. And I'm gonna want to abandon this. The first chicken usage in chat. Love it. Hey, thank you very much for the subscription, Lalaga. I appreciate that. Enjoy the brand new chicken emote. Oops. How was my Easter? My Easter was tired. So, many of you noticed I stream every Sunday night, but I did not stream last Sunday night. And it was because my son got an ear infection on Saturday. And we all had a miserable night sleeping Saturday. I got very, very little sleep. Spent part of the night just sleeping on the floor of my son's bedroom. While he was just like crying and in pain all night. The moment like it was bright and urgent care's opened, we went to urgent care and got him checked out, verified his ear infection, got him some antibiotics. And then spent all of Sunday like trying to recover from a terrible, terrible night of sleep. So I had to work the next day, and if I had done a stream and cut sleep short again, I was gonna be unable to do literally anything the following day, so I just called it. My goodness, Nightmare Wanderer, thank you so much for the subscription, buddy. I appreciate that. Is he doing all right now? Yeah, he's doing a little bit better. I would say it took him a couple days to be like back to near 100%, but we've kind of noticed that his hearing has been a little off. Like we'll just be talking to him and he won't hear us. So I'm hoping that'll just clear up over time. Any idea who the commentators are going to be? RJ is going to be at the event. He's the backup Earthbound runner as well. He's going to be commentating, absolutely. And then Drumboardist, who is another Earthbound runner, is going to be commentating as well. There's room for another person. No one else has reached out, and that's probably sufficient. But if there is someone else that's going to be there that knows Earthbound and expresses interest, I'd be down to having another person. I think the 4 is the limit that they're allowed to put, but yeah, we have 3 so far. Yeah, and sometimes the best runs are where the couch is just kind of, I wouldn't say like goofing off, but just like having fun. It's okay if the couch just kind of veers off topic and just talks about something completely random. You just want the couch to be having fun. Like there's times to like get in depth and talk about the mechanics of the run and the reason behind your strategies and everything, and there's a time to just kind of goof off and have fun. But if you're just like super quiet and just playing, it's kind of boring. And thankfully I can do that with Earthbound because, like, as you guys know, I'm like half paying attention right now to the run. Gosh, I got these 16 slugs so fast. I'm really worried that this is going to be the kind of run that I want to cancel this. Actually, I only have 15 slugs. I didn't get my 16. I'm not sure where the other 4th slug is, which means I need 7 more. Oh, there's one over here. Cool. The run that I'm going to be doing is for RPG Limit Break. I've never done anything in GDQ. RPG Limit Break will be in May, or beginning of May. I need to find the vertical line trigger for this area over here to my left. Because there's a chance that you can get a 6-pack over here. I feel like that's worth... I wonder if the percentage is like super high or super low. I don't know. It was going to be a good Onet time until I didn't get a 6-pack up here, and then I fought Antoids instead. Normally what you do is you go... Here we go. You go up and down on the rope. This doesn't even look like a 6-pack. 5. That gets me there. But yeah, for anyone who has rolled in recently, the idea behind this incentive is... I haven't even like floated it by like the staff at Limit Break. I don't know if they'll buy into it, but we'll see. Is to have an ongoing, like a rolling incentive where like every 10 minutes we pull... I don't want it to be like as soon as it flips, then you change it. Probably something like you have an ongoing incentive, like every 10 minutes I get an update from the staff or from a reader. So like, where are we at? And if it flips, then I do the action accordingly. Otherwise, it might go off the rails if it's literally like all the time. Like, oh, it flipped back, it flipped forward. It would get a little unruly. So my plan is to like every 10 minutes have the reader, the host, give me an update about where the donation stands, and if it is flipped, either drop my chicken or call Escargo Express to get a chicken. Oh, really? I mean, I feel like I gotta be, like, reasonable to an extent and be like, just because you turned on the chicken and I'm here does not mean I get to, like, leave the dungeon. I'll be like, the next time I get to a phone. That'd be brutal. Just be like, no, we're getting a chicken right now, we're out of here. I didn't mean to bash, I meant to burger. Didn't get punished, though. This is a pretty mediocre ant time, to be honest. I'm not sad about doing a chicken run on this kind of run. Until I visit Monkey Cave. Yeah, and there's also, I'm sure there's some mechanics that I'm unaware of. Where like, let me turn my volume up so I can hear the when someone turns on. I have the donate or the Twitch rewards play a audio cue in the sound, so or in the on the stream, so I don't miss it. Yeah, we were talking about it in chat the other day, in Discord, and it was, I know the main thing is when you die, when you do a full party wipe, the chicken timer is completely turned off. The game doesn't recheck your inventory to start playing the sound. Ooh. I'm wondering, as soon as you said that, I'm like, we should do an actual egg timer. That would be awesome. You describing that, I was like, now I have to do this. That's genius. Someone's literally like cranking it away to the 10-minute mark, and you hear that tick, 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 tick in the background all the time. Bring it. Oh, that'd be awesome to bring a little portable stove and someone comes in the background just casually making some eggs. Don't bring it up on the stream at all. Just making some scrambled eggs in the background. Oh, it's so good. Oh my gosh, did I just die? I got my down input eaten. And it did not go down. So, if the cop leaves with a crushing chop, I might be dead. Good. I wouldn't have been dead anyway. He did a weak attack. Thank goodness. Can't the ducks drop a fresh egg? They can. I might get a little aggressive with my burgers now because I have so many, and I'd like to be able to use at least one rocket on Captain Strong. That was a weak hamburger. Is 71 high enough to lead with a rocket? I feel like it's not. Never doubted for a second. Hey, thank you very much, Veritas. I'm off a split. Oh, you're right. Close enough. It's a chicken run. What are you gonna do? I guess technically we missed that one too. We'll just skip both of them. I guess I can give the fruit juice to Apple Kid. It finally paid off. The fruit juice I picked up in the trash can 25 minutes ago. So for the purpose of this this stream, if someone redeems to pick up an egg, and then someone immediately tells me to drop it, we'll probably hold it for 10 minutes or hold it for a period of time before we drop it. Like I couldn't really come up with a good way of like, I guess I could have like had the reward just be like transition or swap, but what are you gonna do? Oh yeah, hold that chicken. So tight and so dear. Oops. Not yet, though. We're gonna flip it on during Happy Village is when we'll start it, because I'm gonna pick up a bunch. Put them all in escargot. And then continue from there. You wish the cluck was a bit louder? How do I make it louder? I might need to like go into the settings and turn it up or something. I switched to using the Twitch alerts rather than Streamlabs. So this is my first time playing with that setup. It needs to be so loud it just catches everyone off guard. Everyone does a little bit of a jump. My idea for Urtai for the limit break is it's an ongoing donation incentive, where every 10 minutes we ask the hoster what the status of the donation is, and then swap to whatever's winning. At least that's what I'm going on right now. Someone in chat gave the idea of having a little egg timer on stream and setting it for 10 minutes in between checks. Why not 60-40 rather than 50-50? What do you mean, like, the winning side has to achieve 60% lead before it swaps or something? Oh no, it'll be like a 10-minute thing, so if I ask the host, like, what's in the lead right now, and if holding has taken the lead, then I go out of my way to pick up an egg. And then 10 minutes later, we'll ask again. And if it has swapped, we'll drop it. It's not going to be like an immediate swap. It's going to be every 10 minutes we ask. That's kind of what the working idea is right now. So many mushrooms. Should I get an egg costume? Is there such a thing as an egg costume? Dress up as a chicken? And based on swapping every 10 minutes, that means at most, I would have to pick up an egg every 20 minutes. Like, absolute worst case scenario. Which means I could burn through 3 eggs an hour, which would mean Happy Happy Village. Probably 9 eggs would be absolute worst case scenario is what we would burn through. So that's probably what I'll pick up in Happy Happy. Do eggs cook? No, they have to be in your inventory. And they only hatch... Oh, actually, if they... Who knows? Maybe we'll discover this fact in this run and realize that this is a bad idea from the start. I don't think they do. And they only hatch 1 at a time, so if you get like 10 fresh eggs and put them all in your inventory, they only hatch 1 at a time. Fun fact, this is actually a decent pace so far. It's not like an amazing pace, but it's a decent pace. No reset though. We're gonna make all the safety saves. So, like, once we get to 4 side, we'll make a safety save. We'll do a safety save in 3 before 3 tunnel. All that fun stuff. Nice peaceful walk. This truly is Peaceful Rest Valley. Yeah, get in there. So how many spots do I have in my inventory? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll do this twice. Actually, we'll just do 3 at a time. Fresh egg. Okay, so we pick up three eggs at a time. We don't want to do more than that because we don't want them to start hatching. Whoops. I don't want to save. I do not want to save. Nothing. Oh, Jeepicus! The moment we were about to have chickens, you free it. How you doing, Lord Corgi? I don't know the best way to do it to replicate like an every 10-minute thing with in Twitch. If anyone has any ideas of like make it so that you can only change it every 10 minutes. Right now I have 2 donation incentives. I guess I could just have the incentive like swap the current status or something. And just have it be a single incentive. Not again. Okay, so this means, have I planned out a chicken percent route yet? We're just flying by the wire. We'll see, I'm not sure how this plays out, like where I'll pick it up or whatever. Okay, we have 9 eggs in Escargot Express now, which should be enough for the rest of the entire run. Okay, resume normal run. Oh, but I need to pick up a chicken now, huh? Okay, we're gonna... The egg status is on. Okay. Get our first egg. I don't know if it'll get to the point where it'll hatch before we wipe. That's a good thing to say. Maybe I need to have it turn on only after this death. Because I'm worried that, like, it won't hatch yet. Because as soon as you die, it stops clucking. And I'll have to immediately pick up another one. So maybe that's the play, is to keep it going as soon as you death warp. And I can just call Escargot immediately to get one. I do go out of my way to get the chicken. I have to go find a phone and call Escargot. Hey, thank you very much, beautiful. Appreciate it. The one little bitty. The crow is invincible. I think there's certain sections where like the chicken clucking will be especially obtrusive, like in a mole cave or something. We were doing a lot of walking. Gosh, I haven't even heard it cheeping yet. I wonder, I don't know what the time is between holding it and it's starting to chirp. So curious. That's why we're practicing. Learn the nuances. Oh, whoops, wrong turn. That's okay. $52 is a huge damage roll. 62 heal, though, is good. It means I don't have to heal on the next attack. It's almost dead anyway. So if the time between that picking up that fresh egg is too short for it to start chirping before I death warp, then there's no point in starting it now. Oh, now it's chirping. But the problem is, as soon as I death warp... Actually, I wonder if it turns into a chicken and I death warp, will it keep clucking? Or does it just stop the hatching? I don't know. Oh, what a cute little clucking sound. I'm worried that we're gonna get like a single cluck and then we're gonna die. And maybe 10 minutes is too often. And you don't get enough of a cluck. I'm missing every split, aren't I? Yeah, we just got cheaps. We didn't get a single cluck. So now I believe, because I wiped, the chick is now halted and will not hatch anymore. Yeah, no chick sounds. So let's... Oh, it is a chicken, though. So, turned into a chicken, but it's not clucking. So let's free the chicken. Chicken ran away. He did not like being clucked. Let's pick up another one. Oops, no. No, no, no! I didn't mean to do that! Oh, man. I gotta make sure not to make that mistake in the actual run. I gotta get escargot to come so I can recall it. Because I know if you call escargot when they're on their way, they'll be like, there's already someone coming. One fresh egg, please. Okay. Alright, so we'll have the run for chicken officially start after the Death Warp. I'm also worried about like switching characters. Like if once like I'm switched to Jeff's scenario and then I come back, will the chicken keep clucking? I also don't know that. And maybe there's too many breaks to make this worth it. I'm gonna have to drop a skip sandwich on Paula, which is totally out of the norm. Will the chicken cluck during the Runway 5 show? Yeah, it's the time between hatches, or between getting the fresh egg and hatching it, is kind of long, isn't it? I feel like I would have to work out which points that it's actually worth swapping. Because you don't want to, like, swap and then the fact that you swap to an egg is like, oh, it's not even clucking. Oh, I missed another split. Too distracted. We're going back to the old style of running this game, where it's just one timer, no splits. So I have a chicken, or a fresh egg that's waiting to hatch, and it hasn't started. Makes me wonder if it's actual raw walking time, or if it's like a timer based. I don't know, because I feel like it should be chirping by now. Poor dog got run over. Beating this game so many times, never realized you can hear the chickens. That's kind of funny. The chicken theoretically will cluck forever. My current egg should be a chick right about now. Still a fresh egg. I'm worried because it's not turning into a chick, and I'm wondering if there's certain cutscenes that stop it from hatching. That's my current concern. Because I put this fresh egg in my inventory as soon as the death warp happened. It makes me wonder if getting a fresh egg from escargot means it will not hatch. Like maybe there's only certain events that will keep it a fresh egg, or that will start the timer or something. And getting that from escargot doesn't count? I don't know. This may prove my theory wrong pretty quickly. If anyone has any theories about eggs and hatching, please let me know. I'm a little disappointed right now that that whole section I didn't hear the egg hatching at all. And again, I don't know if it's because I got it from escargot or because there just wasn't enough time. I feel like I was walking quite a bit though. And if getting them from escargot doesn't, or we realize that it doesn't work that way. Probably have to fall back to, like, purchasing them from certain locations. And if this is the case, I wonder if I've just discovered like a small mechanic that people probably maybe realize but no one really understood, is that fresh eggs only start hatching under certain circumstances. When like you purchase them from a shop, maybe there's like a little text trigger built into the dialogue itself that makes it start hatching. That like initiates a timer or something, and when it's just handed to you from escargot, it's not there. Because all the events in Earthbound, they're all like coded into the text itself. There's like event flags and stuff that are hidden from you that are not displayed. That modify the engine. It's a weird system. It's part of what makes Earthbound a little bit convoluted, is that there's like sequence. Oh, look, a frozen butterfly over there. There's like sequence events coded into the text strings. Alright, see how Proto Fight goes. Hardest enemy in Earthbound. Protoplasm is being very friendly so far. Dang. Two wasted turns and then a miss. I enjoy those kinds of protoplasms. Ooh, a monkey killing with 1 damage. I don't even need to get a croissant because I haven't taken any damage yet. Oh, I should have gone. Bubble Monkey, you're such a troll. And now you'll leave immediately. Oh, look at that. Maybe I should have stuttered that slug. Too far to the left. Let's go for this one. I wish the mushrooms were stutterable. It would make this dungeon a way more, like, mechanically interesting. Instead of just being forced to despawn this thing, you could stutter a lot more aggressively. It makes for some pretty impressive stutters. I'm gonna have to pull up the old Discord conversation to see to remind myself about a bunch of the mechanics that, I forget who it was, I think it was Jay Tolmar came up with. Actually looking at the code. So we have multiple questions that I need answered. It's that because I got the chicken or the fresh egg from Escargot, I don't know if it's actually in the process of hatching. But then if I had gotten it correctly and it were in the process of hatching, when Jeff joins, will it continue to hatch? There's like a two-parter question that I need answered, and I don't have the answer to it. How long ago did I ask this fresh egg question? Oh, here it is. Okay, here's where I asked. Game has a count of how many transformable item types you have active, and it adds or subtracts one correctly when you get a new one or lose one, but also sets it to 0 on game over. So if you game over, you won't get any item transformations and the sounds for them until you change how many different types of transformable items you have. That is, if you have 2 chickens and a fresh egg, then game over, neither will cluck hatch until you either pick up a chick, drop the fresh egg, or drop both chickens. Interesting. So all you have to do is change the number you have in your inventory and it'll start checking it again. So say you're light on cash for post-Happy Village, you can steal 2 eggs, drop 1 after Death Orb, no. You need to change the number of different types of transforming items you have. So you have to steal some eggs, let 1 become a chick, do the Death Orb, then drop the chick. Okay. Get some eggs, do the death warp, drop all your chicks, eggs start hatching again. So a counter starts at 0. When you get a fresh egg, chick, or chicken, and you don't already have one of those, increase your counter by 1. When you lose a fresh egg, chick, or chicken, that was your last one, decrease counter by 1. When you game over, set it to 0. Okay, so the number of items should have changed by getting that from escargot. The question is if it actually modified that memory value, transformable items, when escargot gave it to me, rather than like buying one or something. So we still have a fresh egg. Let's walk around with this a little bit longer to see if it starts hatching. If this eventually starts hatching, we know it's likely not an escargot thing. And we've answered both questions. Ooh, that was close. Can't believe the Pollock gut save right there. My teddy bear is worthless. Hoping for a solidify. So we've gone quite a while. Does this tell me what shops have it? Bergman Park, Dr. Andon's Lab, Monkey Cave, Scaraba, and Deep Darkness. I feel like we gotta run with this a little bit longer to see if this ever hatches, but it feels pretty hopeless at this point. I'm gonna sell this fresh egg. And we're gonna get a new one from escargot. Because we got a lot of walking ahead of us. If we get a new one from escargot, that's kind of what I'm testing right now to see if actually if escargot's transfer alone will cause the chicken or the egg to hatch. Get two new ones from escargot. Okay. I don't think that changes anything. The way that the Discord chat was talking about, it said it had to be two different types. So like a chick and an egg. But we'll find out. We're kind of doing some testing and a no reset run at the same time right now. I didn't realize this was going to turn into a testing stream. I thought it was going to be just like, get dag, oh look at it, it's already hatching. But instead we're trying to figure out when it hatches. Okay, now we'll set a safety save and call escargot to get another egg. We'll take 2 eggs, it's fine. And this should be a long enough walking sequence where they should start hatching if it's programmed well. But if escargot proves to be an unviable way of hatching eggs, I'll be sad. Okay, quick safety save. Escargot. I want 2 fresh eggs. Right now I have no eggs, no chicks, no chickens. Okay, I have a boiled egg. If it's programmed how you would expect, yes. There's a little bit of an assumption here. Okay, bring me my egg. There's plenty of entrances you can use. There you go. It doesn't matter where they go. Oh, Paul got too far in front of the zombie. I need to start running later. I've been getting a little, like, waiting too long to start moving. So I don't think any kind of timer's running right now. I'm pretty sure it's only walking around, but who knows. Ugh. That was a really clean fight. Yeah, this walk has me convinced that getting in the egg from escargot does not modify whatever it is that needs to happen for the egg to turn into a chick and a chicken. I wonder if there's a way of, like, manipulating my inventory. I need to do a lot of testing. I'm thinking, like, what happens if I, like, manipulate my inventory? Or, like, give the fresh egg to myself, or drop one of them? Like, get 2 from escargot, but then drop one of them. Does that trigger it? Will the dropping of a transformable item make the game's code realize that I still have one, and then cause it to start moving? Let's do it. Drop an egg. It makes me want to instead start testing different scenarios and actually understand when chickens when fresh eggs hatch. Like, I almost feel like I need to start testing different theories. Like, a no reset run is good and all, but really it's just getting, like, the muscle memory down to, like, oh yeah, I need to safety save here, and something bad happened, I need to power through and not get tilted and just go. Like, I probably need to set a safety save in Saturn Valley or something, because if I wipe in Belch's base, I'm going back to 3, and no one wants to do that. It would be a very punishing death. Chicken. Yeah, right now, Lalaga, we're just trying to understand the mechanics of chicken egg hatching and chicken hatching, because it seems that getting them from escargot does not trigger the hatching process. But we're wondering if there's, like, a way to let's turn on Big Andy, why not? Wondering if we're turning into, or if there's a way to, like, pick up multiple eggs, maybe drop one so that the game, like, re-examines your inventory or something. Maybe you can, like, give your items to yourself. There's a lot of things to test, because ideally I would still like to be able to use escargot. Because it'd be fun if you're sitting here waiting at the waterfall and there's a chicken clucking the entire time. Which should happen if you have an egg and it's hatched to a chicken. It would just cluck this entire time. So there's a few things I feel like we're like an hour and a half in, and my thought process right now is I want to scrap the run and just start testing eggs. Probably, honestly, like, go to the point where I can get teleport and go... Actually, we could just ride the bus back to Tucson at this point. And start fiddling with eggs from Berglund Park and eggs from Escargot Express. And see what the average time to hatch is, what seems to stop the timer from hatching. Aside from, like, a death warp. Does taking a bus stop the hatching? I feel like I need to know all of these things. So that during like if I were doing this during the marathon event, I don't start riding the bus and I'm like, oh, the egg stopped hatching. I need to know what all these events are. I'm like 99% convinced right now that Escargot Express, when delivered, will not hatch an egg. And I'm convinced that it's embedded into the shopping code. Like the shopkeeper physically saying, like, giving you the egg is what actually triggers the egg to start hatching. So we need to use like a known quantity and like really understand, okay, how does the chicken hatch when you buy it from Berglund Park, for example? And let's understand the timing, see if it's always consistent. Willie wants to know what Escargot Express is. Good old snail mail. Escargot Express is like a... Yeah, it's a fun play on words to another way to say snail mail. It's like their little, like... You have a really limited inventory in this game. Each character can only hold so many items, and sometimes it's very limiting. So the game introduced like a storage mechanism for you to keep extra items. And it's your sister back home started like a delivery system, a delivery company. And she will come pick up items and return them to you. And that was the method I was planning on using to store all the eggs I wanted for the run. But it's not really panning out. Escargot Express is such a great name, though. Oh, so close. The sound effects and music of this game are therapeutic. I'm glad the belching doesn't throw you off. You hear that belching, you're just like, Just a nice sigh of relief. Such a violent burp, too. Alright, so let's head back. I think we're going to scrap this run. And we're gonna go learn about the egg mechanic in Earthbound. We're just gonna run a bunch of tests. I mean, the perfect way to learn all this would be to read the code and understand the exact triggers of when all this happens, but the poor man's way to do this is just observation. That's what science is, right? Science, we don't have the code for the universe, so we just gotta figure out. It's like you're working backwards. That's what we gotta do. Gotta work backwards. Use observation to understand why on earth these chickens aren't becoming chickens. Here's a terrible but old snail joke. The rich snail wants something fast, elegant, and luxurious, and after browsing Mercedes, Ferraris, Bugattis, and tons of other high-end cars, he decides on one. So the rich snail... Hey, let me take the bus back to Tucson while we're reading this. I'm just going to go ahead and reset this run. We'll just leave it running. Why not? Doesn't hurt anything. I've never taken the bus back to Tucson from here. I don't know if I ever have taken the bus this direction before. Browsing Mercedes, Ferraris, Bugattis, and tons of other high-end cars, he decides on one, so the rich snail pays in cash, walks up to the dealership's auto body and says, I want you to paint big S's all over the car. Big S's in the front, the sides, the back, the top, big S's everywhere. The auto body guy tells him he can do it, sure, but he can't help to ask the snail why he wants big S's all over the car. So the rich snail answers him, so when I fly past people on the highway, they point and say, wow, look at all this, look at that S cargo. Oh my goodness. That is a classic, like, you read that punchline and it's just like, oh. Classic groan you get out of it. Alright, time to do some chicken math. You think the chicken man? Who's got eggs? Does he have eggs? No. Egg. Oh, the egg. Obviously the guy at the egg stand has eggs. Alright. Time to start running a timer. Stopwatch. We're just gonna start it. I have no for eggs, right? Did I get rid of them all? I have one. So we gotta test multiple scenarios. We're gonna start first scenario, basic scenario. We're gonna buy one egg. So I think that a moment where it was giving it to me triggered something in the events. There's some kind of event in that text that probably called some subroutine somewhere and had it run a check about your inventory status so that the egg counter would start going up. I need to make notes of these too. opened up Notepad, and it has all my old Nancy Drew. I played so many Nancy Drew games. I have them all ranked. Okay. So we're gonna have different scenarios. If you even have any scenarios that you feel like I should test, please let me know. So, buy an egg at Earthbound Park. None in inventory. This is exciting, isn't it? We're at the 2-minute mark. No chirps yet. This is really slow, by the way. I couldn't find anywhere that said, like, how long you have to wait for a chicken. It feels like no one has really explored the fresh egg mechanic. Because we're at the 3-minute mark and I still don't hear any chickens. And when we picked up an egg in Happy Village, it feels like we went to fight Carpenter, or we talked to Paula, fought Carpenter, and then on the way back to picking up Paula, we started hearing the chirping. I'm at almost 4 minutes now. What does the RNG timer run on? I don't know if the timer is RNG. No, the timer, or there's an internal game clock that is always running. It's actually like in the background running. It's the time since you turned on the console, and it tracks it like the number. It's pretty close to accurate. That's how the wait behind the waterfall is almost exactly 3 minutes, because it's counting frames in the background. And the SNES runs at like 60.08 frames per second or something like that. So it's literally programmed into the code to wait 10,800 frames. Okay, we waited 5 minutes. I'm at 450 right now. 5 minutes with no moving, and the chicken never, the hatching never started. Okay, I'm gonna make a note that nothing ever happened. Okay, I still got a fresh egg. I don't have any other eggs in my inventory. Okay, so now we're gonna run this same scenario, but we're just gonna start walking around. So literally the only difference will be we are walking this time. Just walking around Tucson. I wonder if it's like frames that you're moving or something like that. Because if it's frames that you're moving, then we should be able to reproduce a fairly reliable number here. Guys, we're going to become the foremost expert on what is this field of study. Earthbound chickenomics. Is it because I have a teddy bear? Is there any way that a teddy bear is interfering with these results? No, right? I'm just like thinking of like, because we've already done this. We already went to Happy Happy Village, got an egg, and it started hatching. I know this guy, the egg will hatch after a while. Because this is where, like, I've seen old speedruns do this. Where they, pick up a bunch of eggs in Bergland Park and you sell them for extra cash in the early game. That was like an old, I don't realize I still had this up. That was like an old speedrun route. Sorry you guys were looking at me really big this whole time. I mean, it could be battles. We'll test that as the next variable. But it feels like you don't need to do battles. I swear that, I'm really curious if it's the teddy bear. But that wouldn't explain when I got... Because there's so many variables to test. I got the egg delivered, I guess... I got the egg delivered from Escargot Express with Ness and a dead Paula, and nothing hatched. So my theory is that... right now, my working theory is that Escargot Express, when delivered, will not hatch an egg. Because of an event in the text is not calling whatever subroutine to start checking this value. Try entering a building. This is wild that I cannot get the egg to hatch right now. This is almost concerning. And I have no explanation. Okay, what are the possible variables right now? The only thing I can think of is that the teddy bear is interfering with the routine. And that having a teddy bear could potentially prevent eggs from hatching. Okay, 5 minutes in. No hatch. Technically 450. I'm just gonna stop it there. Okay. There's no way that just having multiple people is interfering, right? Okay, let's drop this fresh egg. Maybe it's the fresh egg in the same inventory as the teddy bear? Is the boiled egg? No, because you can get the... I've had it in the past where you have the boiled egg in Jeff's inventory, and then you get the chicken from the duck, and it hatches. I don't have any other items that are interfering with it. Sand on bat, refreshing herbs, some skip sandwiches, teddy bear. I'm going to drop the teddy bear. And that feels like it's something that could interfere with the algorithm. Okay, we're going to get another fresh egg. We're going to do the moving step again. Exact same routine as last time. But we have no teddy bear. I dropped it, right? You won't get through your teen years without at least one egg. Please buy this beautiful egg. Okay, but your teen years will be ruined just because you didn't buy an egg. Okay. Okay, we got an egg. No teddy bear. I don't want to introduce another variable fighting that thing. I want to isolate as best as I can. Started the timer late, and I started it just now. So when we were in Happy Happy, it was maybe like around 2 minutes of total walking. Although there were a couple battles in there. Because everything online that I read says things like, you just walk around for a little bit, and after a while it'll start hatching. No one has like a precise... No one, I think, has ever figured out the exact mechanics of egg hatching. And I'm really scared that I cannot get an egg to hatch anymore. Did like having it deliver from escargot just ruin my entire inventory or something? Is there a bug that I introduced? Might require a console reset if you die. That would be interesting. Like when you wipe, you can't get it to hatch anymore. That's an interesting hypothesis, actually. Palometry. I appreciate you saying that. I'm actually going to reset the console and run this exact same thing because I believe that it should be hatching right now. Does a wipe fully prevent or fully stop hatching from happening? That's actually a great idea. I'm going to run, because all three scenarios that I did, I have no explanation for why it didn't start hatching. I feel like it should have started hatching under all three of these conditions. And if it means that I just need to reset the console, maybe it means that I can still use Escargot Express. That would be a huge win, actually. I'm at the 3-minute mark on this one, and I started like 20 seconds late. Gosh, Palometry, if it comes down to the fact that you need a console reset, I'm naming this after you. Because that is a really interesting thought. I'm going to name some kind of like, it's going to be like the pilometry hatching strategy. Apollo for short. It was like when in the old days when in Earthbound, when a new technique for skipping into the cliffs on the west side of Winters. It's a very unique cliff skip where you have to like wiggle in a certain way. You have to like tap up and left over and over and over again. I know, yeah, pollo. Daniel RGT came in my chat and he was like, I think I figured out a way to do it. He's like, here's the setup. And from then on, whenever I referred to that skip, I referred to it as the Cliffs of Daniel. Okay, I never hatched. So I'm gonna say 5 minutes, no hatching. Did the death break it all? Okay, we're gonna reset. See what happens. I'm gonna save and reset. Doopy 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 doop 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 doopy doopy doop doopy doopy doop doop doop. I mean, it could be. That's just another variable we'll try. I mean, we can go back and run this exact same scenario right now. We've done 3 scenarios with no moving. We had a teddy bear and we did not move. We had a teddy bear and we did move. And then we had no teddy bear and we moved. And in all 3 of those cases, there was no... nothing hatched. So the only thing that has changed this time around is that we reset the console. We're going to see if anything changed. So we're going to do a repeat of moving right after a reset. Okay, start the timer. Yeah, and maybe there might be some text interaction that's needed as well. Just one more variable we'll try. Like, if the chicken starts hatching right now, that would be a big deal. And if it doesn't, we know there's some other mechanic that we're missing. That was 45 seconds. First cluck at 145. That was 45 seconds to become a chick, 145 for it to become a chicken. So 45 seconds to the chick, 1 more minute to the cluck. Okay. Okay, that's good. So now, let's drop this chicken. Now we're gonna do the same thing and we're not gonna move. I need to know if moving is an indicator for this. And I'm also, now that we had the first cluck, we can start seeing if this is variable or if it's always the same amount of time. And then if this works, the next thing I'm going to do is have Escargot Express deliver another one to me. Because if it is the death, then maybe Escargot Express will still work after a reset. In which case, everything is saved. And all I have to do is, when I come back, I save again and do a quick reset, and I get my egg. Okay. If the theory holds, we should hear the chick start clucking in like 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Okay, so maybe there's an element of randomness. There it is, 50 seconds. Okay, so moving is not required. So if this theory holds, it's 1 minute of chirping before it becomes a chicken, which would mean we hear the cluck in 30 seconds. We're at 140. 145. The clock was at the exact same time. That makes me think it's not variable. Okay. We had the chick. I think it's the same amount of time, but the cluck and the chirping might come at different times. So we had the chick start chirping at 50 seconds and then a cluck at 145. And the first one is 45 seconds and then 145. Okay, next thing to try is get one delivered from Escargot. No! Oh. It's so easy to accidentally pick the wrong option. Oh gosh, I'm so hopeful right now. If Escargot works, then the next thing I'm going to test is dying. I'm going to go into Peace Forest Valley and die from something, and then repeat some of these steps. So I can immediately, like, say the death is what caused it to not work. Because there's lots of stuff that happened in the last run, and I want to be able to point to a specific event and say, before it worked, then I died, and it didn't work after. So I can 100% confidently say that the death broke it. Okay, one fresh egg. Okay, timer starts. Yes! Escargot works! Oh, this makes me so happy. Clock should happen right now. There it is, 148. It looks like the clucking is variable to some degree, but I wonder if there's some like global timer or something that cycles through that like it didn't meet, so that like it tries again like every few seconds or something. So much relief has gone through me, meaning that this run still has possibility. And I think I want to oh, what do I want to do then? Because I have like certain events now that I want to just like start over. Obviously I don't have time now to do a whole run, but I want to start over and like go through this again, knowing that as soon as I take the death warp I just need to reset the console and then I can call escargot. And I want to experience like, will the chicken cluck during, like, will it grow and cluck during like the Runaway 5 performance? I want to start gathering data. Obviously I'm not going to finish a whole run, but I think we're going to restart. And test some of the early stuff again. We'll probably end up at about the same point, around around Mole Cave or something like that. But I want to leave the stream with like, okay, this can still happen. I know how it's gonna work now. Be the DJ you want to see in the world. If I didn't have to be in or take my son to or walk my son to the bus at 7:20 a.m. and then immediately get into the car and drive 40 minutes into work to be there by 8 a.m., I would be a degenerate. Weird walking. That's okay. Gosh, I am just so optimistic again. I am so happy. I mean, obviously this could all fall apart again because of something else I'm not aware of. But it's just so interesting to know that a death completely breaks the egg timer. But this is the kind of stuff I was streaming to figure out. Like, If I understand, I need to understand if I'm going to have a whole donation incentive behind the egg. I need to understand everything there is to know about it, so that I can confidently say, oh, we took a death, we need to go reset. Like, it shouldn't be a matter of like, oh, I wonder why it's not clucking anymore. I need to know everything about it so I can confidently say, or like, no, like, oh, let's pick up an egg. It's going to start hatching in a minute and 45 seconds. Start your second timers or whatever. I didn't know that it turned into a chick in 45 seconds and it started clucking at minute 45. I had no idea. The internet said 2 to 5 minutes. The internet was incorrect. No information also said that if you die, you will never get another chicken again. All hope is lost. So yeah, polometry, poyometry. Thank you very much. Oh, really? Did Peen Train already know this? Now I'm upset that Peen Train didn't show up. Didn't just walk in and be like, oh yeah, you just gotta reset. But it's wild to me that a death just breaks whatever algorithm the game is using to determine when to hatch an egg. Never been forced all the way over here because of a snake. Ah! Dogs abound. This is one aggressive hill. Snakes are the best. Just nice stutter, you don't have to worry about weird crow movement. I mean, obviously an empty spawn would be best, but pretty rare right there. See, and the thing now, what I want to know is if once I take my death warp and I call escargot to get my chicken, I want to know, like, during the Runway 5 show, will the chicken continue to hatch? Maybe the clucks will play during the Runway 5 show. Maybe not. Will it continue to hatch during the bus ride? I just want to know, like, in my mind, during these little sequence breaks or cuts or whatever, how does that impact things? And maybe I'll end up like saving this run halfway through and we'll continue this egg run in the middle of the week for a shorter stream or something. I also, the Ancient Cave Randomizer tournament started today. So I got 5 seeds I need to do. So I need to intersperse into my Earthbound runs. Gotta do some Ancient Cave runs. I'm trying to think of like what other like little gags or gimmicks we could do to make this donation incentive more interesting. Like, is there something we should do to like say the egg incentive is on right now, like visually on stream? Like, should we have a giant plushie of an egg or something? I don't know. Do plushies of an egg exist? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think my son has a chicken stuffed animal. Ah! Ah, bird! Ah, I got a bird! Ah! That was sheer panic. How do I stutter a snake and run from a crow at the same time? Ooh, 13 offense already. I guess I'm at one level higher. Hey, thank you very much, Fate. Hope you're doing well this evening. We just spent the last, like, 45 minutes researching egg hatching processes in Earthbound. So, we've been deep in the trenches. Yeah. Only because I could not get eggs to hatch. I had a theory about how I wanted to do it for the marathon run, and I had it all prepared, and then I started doing that, and then none of my eggs were hatching. And I couldn't figure out why. And everything was breaking down, and I was worried that this incentive wasn't gonna work. But we've saved it. Figured out the exact mechanic preventing the eggs from hatching. I died. Apparently if you die, eggs will never hatch again. Ever. Because, my strategy for doing all this was going to be hand a bunch of eggs off to Escargot Express, to Tracy, and just call home whenever I want another egg, and make it hatch. And then after the death warp back from Happy Village, I went to call Escargot Express to deliver an egg, and it never hatched. And then we tried buying an egg from Berglund Park, and it didn't hatch. And we tried a bunch of different ways to make it hatch, and like introducing one variable at a time, and it was never hatching. And then we reset the console and did it again, and it all worked. So all we have to do is, after the death warp, do a quick reset. And then eggs will hatch normally again. But yeah, it's just once you have a full party wipe, something is broken in the game and you will never hatch an egg ever again. Yeah, there's only one intentional death in the run. Obviously in the marathon run I could have many unintentional deaths. But finding that out is good, because if I am doing this donation incentive at a marathon event, knowing that unintentional wipes will mess up my donation incentive is key. So it's very valuable that I figured that out. But I'm also super happy because it means my original strategy of handing eggs off to Escargot Express will still work. My theory when Escargot Express eggs weren't hatching was that there was some kind of event trigger in the text itself of purchasing an egg or an egg dropping that was triggering the egg hatching process. But that turned out to be incorrect, and I'm glad it was. And it's just the fact that I died. So we started over a run because I want to just start from scratch and go through the motions like the marathon run. I'm not going to finish this run. I'll probably stop somewhere at Mole Cave, but I want to put it all into practice and see if it'll all work. And see some of the behavior, especially around like Runaway 5 show, And the bus rides, see what the chicken interaction looks like. See if there's any other hitches. That slug did 6 to me. Damn. Surrounded by mice. So yeah, I'm still going to maintain the same strategy. Once we go to Happy Happy, I'm still going to pick up 9 eggs. Still honing in on exactly how long or how often I should allow for this incentive to swap. Accidentally, I think I despawned a couple slugs by going back. So we're at 10. But because we're at 10, we kind of have an opportunity here to do the rest of the slugs on the bottom floor if we want. And we'll fight the exact number that we need. The thing we've been toying around with, someone in chat had a good idea, is to have a physical... Well, my original idea was to have it like every 10 minutes, to have it like an ongoing donation incentive, and every 10 minutes look over the host and say like, what's the status of the donation incentive of the bidding war? And if it has swapped, then either drop the egg I was holding or go out of my way to call Escargot Express and get another one. Someone had the fun idea of having a physical egg timer on site and using that as the indicator. I don't know if the audio gang would appreciate that. But that's kind of like what I'm thinking about right now. And obviously I wouldn't like 10 minutes goes by and the donation incentive has changed. I would probably like wait until the next opportunity to call and then do it, and then set the egg timer from that point. It wouldn't be like 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. It'd be like, okay, the egg timer, or the time is hit. Let's find the next opportunity that don't go way out of my way. Next opportunity, I'm near a phone, and just make a quick detour and go pick up an egg. Got my egg, new timer starts. I think there's a lot of fun things we could do with it. Someone was saying like, oh, you should have someone in the background just like cooking some eggs or something, making an omelet in the background. Gosh. Maybe some kind of indicator amongst all like amongst us on the couch, and that we can to demonstrate that the incentive is on or off or something. Estimated run duration? I don't think it's going to add that much time. My current estimate is a 425. That is a very, 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 very lenient estimate. Because even bad runs that I've had recently are like a 408. I don't get over 410s anymore. Obviously everything could go wrong, but my estimate, my thought is that doing this incentive would add maybe, I don't know, maybe 7 to 8 minutes total onto the run. And I wouldn't be able to start it immediately. Like, we gotta wait until, like, post-death warp. Oh, there's an Antoid hiding there. After the death warp back from Happy Village is when I'd be able to start this. So about 45 minutes into the run we'd start swapping. And if you also give me, like, have a little bit of leeway of saying, like, okay, the swap's back on, time to go get a fresh egg. It's not going to be happen immediately, maybe 5 minutes or so for the average time to go get the next one. So really you're looking at, like, swapping back and forth maybe every 25 minutes or so. And we could even raise the timer to like a 15-minute swap. I don't know. Still toying around with it. There's lots of options. And maybe the chickens win the entire run and you never swap. You just hear the clucking the entire run. I also need to know the events where the chicken can get interrupted and like won't come back. For example, like when I swap over to the Jeff sequence, when Jeff rejoins, now that we know that it's the death warp and we can fix that, when Jeff rejoins, does the chicken clucking resume from where it left off? If not, gotta go call and get another egg to keep that alive. Just little things like that. I need to know when they get interrupted. Like maybe the poo sequence. Does the poo sequence get messed up? Or does it mess up the chicken clucking? I don't know. I want to go into it and know where all the pitfalls are. And again, this is all just hypothetical. I haven't even pitched this idea as a donation incentive. I really do think it could be fun, though. Just a way to put like an interesting spin on the run. And I guess technically, I could get an egg right here. Like when I'm going through Tucson, there's no reason why I couldn't start it now. Obviously, I would fill up my inventory with eggs at Happy Village, but I think buying one at Berglund Park would last long enough to justify starting it at Tucson. I think that's a good idea. It's only 18 bucks. Or it's $18 to store three items with Tracy, and it costs $12 to buy an egg. I can also just sell the chicken, and it would recoup all the cost. A little vicious, but could do that. You buy the egg for 12 bucks, and you sell the chicken for like 130. I'm happy to free him by selling it. So if I pick up the chicken or pick up an egg in Berglund Park and then sold it at the end of like the Happy Happy sequence, my money route, I would have more money than usual. Both of these Onets have been pretty good. My Onet last one was like a 28-30. This is looking to be like the exact same pace. Just a nice, decent Onet. Nothing amazing. Nothing terrible. Considering my Starman Junior time was a 8:22 though. It's pretty solid. I forgot to rock it. So if I just give me like a decent Starman time of like a 7:45, and this is a mid-27 Onet. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna start the chickens now. I'm gonna pretend that someone redeemed a chicken, and we're gonna pick one up right now. Quick, someone redeem a chicken. There you go, thank you. Someone said that the clucking sound is too quiet. I need to fix that. And to not impact the route at all, I'll just pick up a fresh egg when I'm going into Berglund Park anyway. Hey, thank you very much, Michael. Appreciate it. We are learning the art of eggs as we speak. I hope you like the new chicken emote. Guys, I do have big news. It is currently raining here. Reminder that I live in a desert. This is a big deal. I guess foreign to me sometimes. Sometimes I forget what the rain is like. Whenever it rains here in Utah, I'm always like, I always have real longings of living in Houston. Because living in Houston, we get like 50, 60 inches of rain a year. And it's just like, during the summer especially, it rains practically every day. And I miss it. I love rain, I love thunderstorms. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is for future donation incentive, or for the, at least for practicing this on stream, what I'll do is just have it a single Twitch reward instead of 2 separate ones, and I'll just require the whoever's redeeming it to say whether they want it on or off. So in that way they can like redeem their points and keep it on, or redeem their points to turn it off, and it's just like you can set a timer on it of like 10-15 minutes or whatever. So that way, like, every 15 minutes, someone could potentially redeem it and either force the chicken to stay or force me to drop it. I feel like that kind of reaches the same kind of behavior. Oh yeah, on the limit break you should be able to donate for keeping it or donate for getting rid of it. And every 15 minutes or whatever, we'll reevaluate and say like, what's the current status? And if it has changed, we'll act accordingly. Okay, let's go grab an egg. Okay, 45 seconds to hatch. A minute 45 to become a chicken. I don't know if text boxes influence that, but I would assume that it doesn't advance in a text box. But I don't know. Another part that we'll figure out someday. Dig into the exact behavior. But it's just everyone online was like, you just wait a while. It's anywhere from like 2 to 5 minutes or so. And that is incorrect. It's 45 seconds and then another minute. 145 total. Brutal to think about. Oh yeah, the chicken clucking has begun. Banana. Oh, I was supposed to do the fresh eggs right now. Let's go do it real quick. I actually don't have enough spots for all my fresh eggs that I need to do. I should have done it before my shopping. Lesson learned. Did my chicken stop clucking? Oh, good. Still clucking. I should get rid of my croissant so I can do 3 at a time now. Just buy another one. We trust you. No, stop trying to buy a banana. Every time I hear the chicken cluck, it just warms my heart. Hey, what's up, Aquas? How you doing? So I just had one croissant. So now we'll go back in and buy our croissant that we should not have gotten rid of. Oh, I have $1. I guess we'll just have 2 croissants. I'm doing really well. Just been learning the mechanics of eggs and chicken hatching in Earthbound. To potentially do this at RPG Limit Break in a few weeks. So I'm like keeping a close ear to the chicken sounds, because I'm worried that like they'll stop clucking, and I'll be like, why did it stop? I need to know if it stops, why it stopped. Am I gonna have multiple chickens? No. There's no point in having more than one fresh egg at a time. So I gave a bunch of fresh eggs to Tracy so that the idea is that it's an ongoing bid war, whether I have a chicken or I free the chicken. And that every so often we'll reevaluate and see what's the current status of the bid war. And if it has changed, we'll either pick up a chicken by calling Tracy and having another one delivered, or letting the current chicken go. And as long as we have the chicken, it will cluck all day. Actually, we're playing safe. I already used a croissant. Might as well just pick up another one. I'm not sure actually. It feels like it goes off. It's going off maybe every 30 seconds or so. The hard part that we ended up doing earlier in the stream was trying to find out why my fresh eggs were not hatching into anything. And it turns out if you've ever had a full party wipe, your fresh eggs will never hatch. It was a mechanic I was unaware of. Classic recluck oversight. Is Carpenter the only fight in the game that is 100% scripted? No. Now that you're asking that, I'm not... I'm thinking of other fights that are, like, close to scripted, but there is a slight variation. Like, Starman Jr. does, like, attack... No, he just attacks. Or like Frankie Stein does a puff of steam and then an attack, but his attack can vary between a strong attack and a weak attack. I should add a split for this part for handing all the eggs off. A new Earthbound split. It's in person, Urtai. I'm traveling to Denver to go to attend it. Oh gosh, I didn't mean to bash. Did I just kill him? Yeah. Oops. Okay, so here is where the first route deviates. We need to resave. And do a reset. Which means our egg timer will work again. And actually, to put our money in a good state, I'm actually going to sell my chicken. No! Gosh, every time I cannot make that mistake if I'm actually doing this. Oh, someone has redeemed to keep the chicken. Love it. Delivery. I want one fresh egg, please. Why did I have to sell the chicken? The chicken will not keep clucking. You gotta get a new one in your inventory after the white. And because I did reset, it should start over. The chicken also dies, true. I have the chicken corpse, I guess. Chicken never to cluck again. So because we reset, we should start hearing chirping any moment. It's 45 seconds for the chirping to start. And then a minute after that for the chicken to hatch. Or the chicken to be fully grown. So fingers crossed, we should hear chirping here any second. all works. But now I'm curious. Will the chirping continue like during the Runaway 5 show? Will it continue during the bus ride? Will it turn into a chicken during the bus ride? I don't know. Did I end up scanning my Magic the Gathering collection? Not yet. No chirping during the Runaway show. I did put all my cards. I have them all in here. All the ones we talked about last week, or 2 weeks ago, are just in my little box here. With that Lion's Eye Diamond, the fancy one that's worth a lot of money. And then all the other ones that people called out that were worth putting aside. A bunch of Power Conduits, Hydroblast, Aquamoeba, Merchant Scroll, Mystical Tutor, Crystal Vein, Desert, Shink of the Blood Scope to keep. So I don't have anything scanned, just... I'll get to it eventually. Find out if I have anything else valuable. Good sign the chick picks up right where we left off. Yeah, also doing this run will give me some confidence knowing, like, when certain events will happen. Like, if I get a chick at a certain time, it'll be a chicken at this point. I'm sad that chicken doesn't cluck on the bus ride. Yeah, if the chicken is in my inventory, it will definitely cluck for the entire 3 minutes waiting behind the waterfall. Because that's not a cutscene, you're just not doing anything. A no cluck zone. So the chick is probably pretty well grown. It'll probably start clucking here any moment. Here comes the first cluck. Ah, yes. See, then what I don't know is when I come back to Ness, or to Ness and Paula, after having Jeff, will my chicken continue to cluck? Or will it have been turned off? It's another one of those key indicators I don't know. And there's a chance to get an egg in this sequence. The duck has a 1 in 16 or a 1 in 32, one of those. 1 in 16 or a 1 in 32 chance of dropping a fresh egg. In which case, we'll get some clucking during Jeff's sequence. See if I get the 1 in a 50-50 chance to get a bread roll. Oh. It's interesting, this fight with the dog is actually like, it makes the first protoplasm fight significantly safer, even with just 1 extra HP. Yeah, I think it's a 1 in 16 chance for Jeff to get the fresh egg from the Mad Duck. So there is a slim chance of continuing the gimmick during winters. I wonder what the reasoning was behind the duck dropping a chicken egg. Alright, so really the only way I died of protoplasm is if he calls for help. If I just get hit 3 times, there's still a chance, but it's very, very slim that I do end up still dying. Dang, two runs in a row didn't take any damage to that thing. Ooh, let's see if we can drag the duck down. Come on. He is not moving well for me to skip him. It's why I very rarely go for that. It's if he walks to the left in any capacity when he's down there, you can drag him so far down that you can get the skip. No duck skip, must get egg. That's fair. No egg. Ah. And we messed around a ton with the chickens and stuff, doing it very slowly. I'm about 5 minutes slower. Maybe a little bit more than I would like to be at this point. Mostly because of just figuring out the best way to... Well, let's just go for it. The best way to actually purchase the eggs and hand them all off and everything. Ooh, can I stutter too? Let's find out. Nope. I don't know why I went for it. I very rarely go for stuttering the enemies in the first area. I like to have a place to retreat back to if things are in a bad place. Too many enemies or something. It's like right here, a lot of people will stutter even past this first fight, and I do not like doing that. Ooh, too many enemies. It's going to make it hard to stutter. Well, I could do one pack. of things. 3 slugs is a lot, though. Yeah, I've been kind of sloppy on my splits today. That's a lot of slugs to stutter. That's not happening. I can stutter around, like, 1 spawn or something. A rat, that's fine. Although I have to stutter around the top. Dang. Sloppy. Just that 1 mushroom on the top. There we go. So I'm very curious to see what the chicken status is when I get back. If the game honors the fact that it was in a given state, or if it kind of resets since you change party members. It'd be really nice if it kept it. But I don't think I've ever been in a situation to find out, because when do I reset? When do I have a chicken before swapping parties like this? And then come back to it after having reset so it's in the right state. Grapefruit Falls is a good question. I'm also very curious about the pre-Magicant cutscene. Yeah, Grapefruit Falls, I would be shocked if the chicken didn't do its thing during the waterfall sequence, because you're just waiting there. It's not a cutscene. Magicant is interesting. Like, if you have it before and you take it in Magicant, is it gonna chirp at you walking through Nessa's own mind? I don't know. Yo, what's up, Swishface? How art thou? I'm sorry, man. I thought my son, or George, got an ear infection last week. And for a while there, I thought I was getting it. I am so grateful to have not gotten it. Okay, no clucks yet. It's not a good sign. Hey, it still goes. Look at that. It remembers the state through the Jeff sequence. I forgot about that Chrono Trigger sequence. I haven't played Chrono Trigger in probably 20 years. It was one of those games I played a ton as a kid, though. Does he get them often? That was his first ear infection to ever get. He gets, what do you call it? It's like the one they give amoxicillin for, just like the infection, like in your throat. I can't remember the name of it, but my son George has had it like 10 times. I can't believe I can't remember the name because he always gets it. Strep throat. He gets strep throat a lot, but this is his first ear infection. I thought I had a cookie. It's the it's the chicken. I was just like looking at my inventory really fast as I was scrolling through. I was like, why is there a cookie in this inventory? I just saw the C and assumed it was a cookie. I screwed up by walking. If you move a little bit, dude won't come in. Heard a little time right there. So for anyone who came in the last little bit, we started a speed run, and then I've been trying to find out or understand the mechanics behind this, the egg and hatching and all that. And I got like an hour and a half in, and my eggs were not hatching. So had to do some like reverse engineering to realize why they weren't hatching. And then we started a new run with that understanding. And so as a result of starting that new run, we're not going to finish this run tonight, even though it says no reset. Probably just go a little bit longer before I wrap up. And I'll probably continue the same run later or something. Because I want to be able to pitch this to Limit Break. I want to pitch this this donation incentive to Limit Break. I think it'll be fun. I don't think it has to like overshadow the run or anything, but it's just a side little fun gag to run along with. That was a nice graveyard. Come on. What was keeping them from hatching? Apparently, if you have a party wipe at any point, eggs will never hatch. Ever. Something breaks, and eggs will never hatch again. So, you have to just do a soft reset. I can death warp, I just have to save and reset the console real fast. But that's not something we would do in a typical speedrun. Doing a reset. Can't do that, zombie. It's too far down. Actually, I probably just could have walked right. Better to get nothing, though. I am a bad parent. I will sell them in a heartbeat if I need their money. Need the money. It's like $100 in pure profit. Gosh, that was a really nice Threed Cave. Two green swirls and a very peaceful puke fight. Slimy little pile, whatever it is. I would love for all my Threed Caves to go like that. Chicken continues to cluck. If you can call that sound a cluck. Either that or like a character in an Atari game taking damage. Ah! Wrong cave. There. I did wear shorts today. Today was like the first day of spring here in Utah that actually felt like a spring day. It was like a little brisk, windy, rained in the evening. It's been like highs in like the 70s. And it's supposed to snow again this week, or this next weekend. I'm glad that we haven't encountered any issues where like the chicken stops clucking. He's just going and going. Just every 30 seconds or so, a nice little reminder that he's, yep, still there. all the way back here. Should I just cliff skip onto the ledge? Get around this quickly. Oh, good. So the chicken does cluck during the waterfall sequence. That's fun. Yeah, I'm intending to do something like that. I was told that, like, they don't want you to, like, read individuals or, like, individual chatters' names on chat. But it's totally fine to interact with it, so I totally think I'll do something like that. I've been just too focused on the chicken aspect of this run, making sure that it works. And every time I mention the chicken or chicken anything, my mind immediately goes to Nacho from Breaking Bad. The final scene where when he dies. You think the chicken man? What a joke. Exactly. I do not take questions. You all know. You ask me a question during non-Big Andy time, and I always say, please ask me during Ask Andy time. Now is not the time. How's my son doing? He's doing well. He was extremely sick over Easter weekend with a bad ear infection. None of us got, like, any sleep. I slept maybe, like, a few hours tops. On the floor. Laying on the carpet. In his bedroom. Which is why I didn't stream last week. Because I got like no sleep the day going into Easter. And there was no chance I was going to do that again back-to-back nights and be productive the next day at work. Told you to stop using in-ear earbuds? Weird. I guess that makes sense. You're just sticking something kind of gross into your ear all the time. I guess maybe if I can get, unless you like disinfected it. If you were actually like diligent enough to like take off the little tip and bleach off or soap or whatever, then with some damp washcloth or something. I don't like over-the-ear headphones because the band that goes over the top of my head, any kind of pressure pushing down on my head from that band gives me headaches. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing it that tight. It's just resting on the top of my head. It's not like squeezing it or anything. It's just sitting there, but even just that pressure of it sitting on the top of my head is uncomfortable for me. I might have I probably should have popped a skip sandwich right there to skip this fight entirely. What did I bait you with, Swish? I need you to point out my inadvertent bait. I'll do a single. Oh, 2 copies. The master of all baiters. Absolutely. There's a chance I could stutter 3, but it's just not worth the risk. Because fighting 3 slimes is run-ending bad. This is like my least favorite spawn tile in the entire game, by the way. I hate this spawn tile. Nope, 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 nope. Dang it. Should have taken this line. Oh, this is exactly why. This can so quickly spiral out of control into like a fight with 8 slimes and they're unrunnable. The chicken is still clucking though. Oh, I forgot to put on Paula's equipment. Rookie move. The more I do this, the more I think that 10 or even 15 minutes might be too much to change the status of the chicken. I might even bump it up to like every 30 minutes. That butterfly was adamant about hitting me. I feel like you just need some time with the chicken for people to determine whether they want to abandon it or not. It is. Well, it is going to be a bid war. I'm just saying, like, to reevaluate less frequently than I was originally thinking. I don't know what you mean by saying a 60-40 bid war. Oh, I see. Is that a thing? I don't know if that's ever been a thing. Enough to say, like, oh, we're gonna... This particular donation incentive is portioned this way. I mean, yeah. Because, I mean, like, 30... If it were every 10 minutes, like, we could beat the tent, and then... Like, by the time we hit now, we could have already been swapped 2 more times. That's too many times. If it swaps every single time, I'd be worried about... Starting to get worried about time. But even if it is a 60-40 split, even if it is a 60-40 split, like, someone could technically flip it as often as they wanted, and that's the only thing I want to avoid. Like, I don't want to pick it up and immediately have it swapped. I need to have some time before that happens, and I don't care if it happens every time. I just need to make sure that if the maximum number of times swapped, like every 30 minutes, then I'll be okay. And if it's every 30 minutes, then at most, like, I need like 4 eggs in escargot, maybe 5, and I don't need to make like 3 full trips of 9 eggs. Maybe 4 or 5 would be adequate. But either way, I'm gonna call it there for the night. I know I said we're gonna do a no reset run, but we kind of did a no reset run, and then reevaluated actually our understanding of how the chickens hatch and everything. Learned how they do hatch. Did a run a little bit further than we did the first time, and everything's working exactly how I would want it to. So that's very encouraging. I really just probably need to do one full run. Actually honoring flipping. Like, allow you guys to flip it. I'll probably have the Twitch reward thing for redeeming or spending points on this. Just to have, like, some kind of, like, cost into it. And have it be like I'll probably set it to be like a 30-minute flip that I will enable roughly like 30 minutes into the run. As soon as we hit 2, we can start doing it. 2,500 points. Is it a lot? I can make it cheaper. I don't really care. It's really just I guess if it's every 30 minutes, it doesn't really matter how much it costs. I can make it cheap. 2,500 points, that's what someone gets in like a couple of hours watching. I imagine some of you guys have like tens of thousands. Okay, that's good to know. But I would have it on a cooldown of probably 30 minutes. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I'll probably bump it down to like 500 or something. I don't care about the cost. I just wanted to not be like... I didn't want it to be like prohibitive or anything. I just wanted some kind of value attached to it. If it's 100, I don't care. Well, cool. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight, for working through all this egg nonsense with me. We'll probably do, I don't know, I might do maybe I might even continue this run or something later on this week. Instead of waiting all the way to Sunday, and just do like a short 2.5 hour stream to wrap this one up. Just to finish an egg thing and then get back to regular runs. Double, maybe. Maybe. There will always be the Sunday night though. But yeah, Urtai, Fate, Swishface, Michael, Corncob, anyone else might be lurking in chat. Holometry, y'all have a wonderful evening, and I will catch y'all next time. Bye-bye!